Hello, my name is Jesper. I'm from DAD, and you've tuned in on this CMS TV.
It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That's a brand new Kiss from their Monster release, and that's called Back to the Stone Age. And going back to the Stone Age, it is I, your host Neeley, along with my very esteemed colleague, Chris Akin. What's happening, Chris?
What's up, man? Did you change something on the board from the last few minutes? You sound really funky in my ears.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll try to fix that. You know what? I was messing around with that new server.
Okay.
And, well, I was making adjustments. How's that? Any better?
A little more.
How's that?
There it is.
All right. So anyway, I was making a little bit of adjustments and so on and so forth. And, as soon as I get some new software from our good friend Steve,
right,
we'll have a new, more reliable CMS server.
Well, that's good. And, you should have been working on it this week, but you decided to just take a vacation, right?
It was far from a vacation, dude, but I tried to make it as much of a vacation as I could, being that it was all business and no play. Can you believe that?
I don't believe you at all.
Nice.
Considering I got a call one night from the bartender saying, hey, I don't know who you are, but your friend, I found this number on this phone. Your friend left it here at the bar.
Right.
I'm going to assume you were having a good time.
No way. Not me. Ain't happening.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, dude, you can actually adjust your board down just a little bit, your mic.
My mic?
Yeah, you're a little loud.
Well, you're screaming in mine. You're sounding like the Rev in mine, but that's okay.
I tell you what, we just did a sound check, 20 minutes ago?
20 minutes ago, we were perfect.
Right. So, go ahead and bring it down. Bring it down. There you go.
Hey, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Perfect. All the noise is gone now.
There we go. Well, you're still screaming in my ears, but it's okay.
Well, let me adjust on this. Look at us doing prep work during the show.
Well, the show starts at 10, doesn't it? 10 Eastern.
Well, actually, we got off to a good we got off to a good start tonight. We didn't have audio problems, horrible audio problems, and there's my mic going way down, way down. How's that?
There it is.
Yeah. We good now?
Now it doesn't sound like you're screaming in a wind tunnel. That's good.
Well, you know what happened? I'm gonna. This is, and not that anybody really cares, but this is what happened.
Hey, we got 6 hours to kill. Let's talk.
just 2 minutes before the show started, I looked over at the new server that I was messing around with last week before I had to leave town.
Right.
I had all the audio plugs plugged into it.
Okay.
After I spoke with you 20 minutes ago,
I
thought, holy shit, I'm not using that server. I got to switch back over to the old one. So I'm like plugging things back in feverishly.
Okay.
So everything we did 20 minutes was kind of null and void because we were testing it on the wrong machine.
That's funny.
So that's what happened.
Nice.
So now we're back.
Now we're back. So did you miss doing the show last week?
I did actually. I actually tuned in through the miracle of the iPhone.
Okay.
I actually did monitor the show for a while, just like the FCC formerly in your bedroom.
Yeah, really. And I'm going to assume that you were horrified.
I was horrified. I was dialing feverishly, and I was pounding on the. Luckily, my iPhone has the monster glass,
right?
Because I was pounding on it like I would be pounding on a glass door.
Well, I'm going to say this, and I'll make this declaration now. I'm sure we'll get into this later, but there is a certain thing that works between me and you.
Sure.
And what that thing is, I think I finally realized now. It's that you steer the rudder. You direct the rudder. Where when it's me with nobody steering the rudder, because John was just trying to out me. It gets way out of control.
So basically, there were two Chris's going head to head,
and it really wasn't good.
It didn't work.
It was fun. I mean, it was fun, and I think most of the listeners had a good time with it. But it is definitely not something we could do every week.
Right,
No way.
Right. So basically, he was trying to out Chris.
Well, and it's funny because he's actually one of these nervous guys where, we talked 15 times during the week. He's like, "Are you sure? What if I say this, dude? Is it going to be bad? Is it going to hurt the show? Is it going to make you guys look bad?" I mean, all week leading up to it, I got those phone calls. And I was just like, dude, just go with what I'm going with and you'll get there. And you know me, I start off hard. And, because I started off and him and I were drinking for a good hour or so before the show.
Well, there you go. Just, instant asshole, just add alcohol.
Add alcohol. And we both did. And, oh, boy, it derailed very quickly.
So basically you had 5.5 hours to fill with drunken banter.
Oh, and we did.
And then some.
And then some. We did 7 hours last week, and it was all... There's a certain, it's funny because you never say to me and I never say to you, "Hey, that's over the line." In fact, we make fun of that line.
Because there is no line.
Yeah, there's no line. But if there was a line, last week we were a fucking mile and a half past it.
Okay. If there is a line, if there is that imaginary line, you've exceeded it and then some.
Yeah, it just, there's a certain kind of a playful magic or playful fun that you and I have where we might say dirty shit, but we kind of do it in a way that's funny and not just dirty.
So it leaves a little to the imagination.
Yeah. Well, last week there was no, as we will get to at the end of the show, there was zero left to the imagination.
Nice.
And I do mean zero.
Right. Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you had a good time. I'll be giving a little bit of a recap to my trip to New Orleans.
You're going to share personal stuff?
I am going to share personal stuff.
Wow.
I have a couple of things, actually, I'll get your take on a little bit later in the show.
Okay.
Because I'm stunned and amazed sometimes at the idiocy of some people, or the pretentiousness, rather, of some people.
Sounds good to me.
So I'm going to describe the scene down there, even though it wasn't the peak touristy time of the month.
It wasn't Mardi Gras.
No,
time.
It wasn't Mardi Gras, but people live like it's Mardi Gras every day down there.
Right.
So I'll tell you a little bit about that.
All right.
And like I said, I'll get your take on it.
Okay.
Also, we've got some stuff tonight. We've got the return of the great Eric Braverman to the show.
We most certainly do. And Eric says that he has a quote-unquote major announcement that's going to change the metal world.
Oh, really? And he's going to make it here on the Classic Metal Show?
Absolutely. Where else would he go?
Right.
Of course, he's doing it. He's going to make his announcement here, so he'll be on in a little while, and that'll be fun.
Okay, and last week, in my absence, the Dokken crew was supposed to actually take over the Classic Metal Show, but that just didn't come together in time, so we got another date, yeah?
Did you get audio?
No, I didn't.
Then I don't want to announce a date.
Okay. No date, all right?
I'm told it's recorded and it's ready, and we have picked a date. You and I have picked a date, but until I have audio in hand, I'm not believing it.
Okay, and then
because then we announce and we look stupid.
I agree with that. So there's going to be in the very near future.
Right, yeah. I would say within the next 3 weeks, there's probably going to be a Dokken Takeover.
Okay.
And it won't be next week.
Right. Also, Wheezy sent some stuff over.
Okay.
But I'll get to that when I get to that.
All right.
Also, I guess there was some email about your escapades last week, good and bad.
There were some good and there were some bad.
Right.
We can go over that.
Sure. We got some music news to share.
What, Jennifer coming on?
No.
Oh, dude, really?
No.
I was hoping.
Jennifer. Oh, by the way, was there any new Jennifer for us this week?
Oh, no. No new Jennifer for us.
Did we shut her down forever or what?
Well, apparently we're on the bad list. Her and the warrant guys are not speaking to us anymore.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
Hey, you. Why are you watching this with commercials? Go commercial-free and unlock exclusive content. Become a VIP today on Locals, Substack, or Rumble Premium. Stop waiting.
And also, we got some music news to get to. Apparently, you found some good stuff to talk about this week.
I found a couple good things, and I found a good podcast that we can do. It's not as good as some of the others, but it's one that a couple of the fans last week and the week before actually mentioned.
Okay.
And we can do that. It's not a real long segment, but it's unbelievable how fucking awful these guys are.
Worse than the Talking Metal douchebags?
Worse than them. Worse than not the original Thrash Can, but the second Thrash Can. You remember that guy?
Right.
The guy out where...
Yeah, he was in Wisconsin or something, right?
Yeah, he was out on his back porch, and he was like, yeah, I can't tell if anybody could call in.
Oh, isn't that the Chris P. Bacon show?
No, that's another one. Dude, I was listening to the old stuff this week a little bit, and it was called... The guy called his show The Thrash Can.
Was that the guy in St. Louis?
In St. Louis, yeah, by the airport.
Right. And all you could hear the jets going over, and he was in St. Louis, and he's walking around in his backyard, and he said he cut his foot on glass or something. Yeah. Right?
And the best line in the whole thing was like, you said to me, you go, it looks like he stole something from you, and then you played the crickets.
Right, exactly, because there's crickets in the backyard, and he's walking around talking on his cell phone, doing his horrible podcast.
Yeah, on Blog Talk Radio. Completely hilarious.
Nice.
And he was like 10 minutes in. He's like, I got to figure out some way to stretch this out.
Because he basically blew his wad in the first 15 minutes, and he had 2 hours to fill.
Right. He's like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I'll just keep talking.
Nice. Excellent. Good stuff. All right. Well, I am glad to be back. It was a long week for me. It was an interesting week, and it was fun at times, but it was very long, and I'm actually glad to be back here at the Classic Metal Show before it got completely destroyed in my absence.
We were about 1 week away from getting it shut down, weren't we?
Yeah. Well, apparently you have some rebuttal audio to share.
I do. And this is going to be rare for me, and we'll certainly talk about it more later. I actually felt bad.
Wow.
I felt really bad because the girl that we were talking about, Stephanie, she's a sweetheart and a half, and we were just so fucking brutal.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know. Did you hear the segment?
I listened to a little bit of it, and when I got home late, let me see. I got home late Thursday night, and I know you were on me all week saying, dude, you got to listen to this one segment. If you don't listen to any of the rest of the segments, just listen to this one. Right. And I went to sleep having wet dreams.
Oh. Yeah, definitely.
So that's all I can tell you.
Nice. Well, I'll tell you this. I for probably the first time in my entire life, I truly felt bad that we were so fucking brutal.
Wow.
On this chick, and she's a friend of mine anyway, so she reached out to me with kind of a. She's actually a real good sport, as you'll hear.
Okay.
Real good sport.
All right.
But I just put the offer out to her. I said, hey, you don't like some of the stuff myself or John said, come on and talk about it.
Right.
So we actually recorded yesterday for a while, and wow, her comebacks all by itself is a show all in itself.
Okay.
It's unreal.
So you got this all on audio, and we're going to listen. Now, what is this? Is this an interview you've done or something?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, yes, it is, but what I thought we would do is the way I did this is going to be almost like the show inside the show type of a thing later, is I recorded with her for an hour last night, and I played the audio, just like me and you would do. I played the audio, and we stopped and talked about it.
Okay, so you analyzed the audio with her.
With her, exactly.
Got it.
I figured what you and I would do is analyze not only the audio of the show of that last week, but the audio of her commenting on it, and my complete fucking shyness and embarrassment.
Oh,
my own shit.
So she actually put you to shame?
Oh, dude.
So her being face to face with you without you being anonymous over the mic,
Made it
actually was cringeworthy.
Dude, it was very, very hard to be looking at this hot chick face to face and then me saying stuff like, "Oh, I'd fuck that bitch."
Wow. Wow.
It was just not comfortable at all.
Oh,
But
I can only imagine.
I have a very strong feeling the end of the show tonight is going to be very, very cringeworthy.
Wow. So somebody actually faced you down, huh?
Oh yeah, she did, and that was okay.
All right. Well, it makes for a good show, right?
You know me, I'm willing to take any amount of abuse and embarrassment if it helps the show. So
Sure.
That's what I tried to do this week. So
Sure.
if it's good, it's good. If it stinks, well, then people can tell me it stinks.
All right. Well, good.
But you know what? All I'll say to them and to you and everybody else, I was the one sitting with the hot chick yesterday, not you fucks.
Very nice.
So there.
All right, dude. Well, if you are listening to the Classic Metal Show live, we are live in the Classic Metal Show chat room. It's very easy to find. Just type in on your browser chatandkill.com.
Right.
Type it out, chatandkill.com. Make up a screen name, pop in there. We've had some very strong chat rooms since your return, Chris, so I guess it's all about you.
Well, it is all about me, isn't it? I was the reason the show went bad. I'm the reason it went good. Isn't that what everybody says?
Apparently, that's the case.
Everybody except Evil Batman.
Right.
And Cerberus, who I heard earlier, bad-mouthing me.
Cerberus badmouthed you?
In that memory lane clip.
Whoa. Yeah, that was when you
Fake left.
You fake left when you were done interviewing Volbeat.
Right.
So yeah. Speaking of Cerberus, I believe we have a Cerberus call to get to tonight.
Awesome.
So we'll have some Cerberus. We'll have some Eric Braverman. We'll have some, basically my recap of my New Orleans trip. Got an interview with somebody who rebutted your horrible statements from last week.
Yes.
And we got the chat room, chatandkill.com. Or if you'd like to call, 216-282-6771. That's our request line, 216-282-6771. Write it down.
Yeah.
One more time, 216-282-6771 if you want to leave a message. Or if you want to email, request at theclassicmetalshow.com. Request at theclassicmetalshow.com. That's how you get a hold of us. So jump in the chat. That's a lot of fun in there. What have we got? Almost 20 people in there now?
Yeah, it keeps going back and forth between 19 and 20 or so, which is pretty good for this early.
Yeah, it's early. It's early show. So jump in there. I see the Metal Gimp is in there. Our good friend Jerry from the Rock and Metal Revival. He asked me if I could possibly track down Ralph Saines for him from Steel Panther. So if you're listening to me, Jerry, I will get a hold of Ralph this week and get him to call you, okay?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Look at me. So I'm
Hey, I set them up this week on the fly with Don and John.
Oh, nice. Good for you.
So if we want to pick apart their podcast, I believe they're Don views up right now.
Nice. All right. Well, speaking of that, let's jump into some of the new Dokken. I think I'll play
Bumper, please.
Blind.
No, bumper, please.
Should we play Blind?
No, not. We can't even speak of this until you play their bumper.
I know. I gotta pull up the bumper. I gotta pull up the bumper. Let me see. I got it. Hang on a second. I wasn't prepared for that either. Here we go. It's the Neeley bumpers.
There you go.
What's this thing called? I miss it all the time.
Akin or something?
Yeah, Talkin' Dokken. Neeley talks Dokken, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's here. I'm just too blind to see it, which is why.
Hey, it's been 5 minutes, and it's time now for Neeley to talk Dokken on the Classic Metal Show.
All right, there you are, Chris.
Thank you.
Played the bumper for you.
Yeah. No, I actually talked to Don a little bit this week, man.
You did?
He's a funny guy.
He is funny. When he gets wound up, man, he's funny.
Well, he's wound up right now about, everything that's going on with the record and whatnot. And, he's doing a lot of press, obviously.
Because he's not happy about it, or he's glad about it?
Craving the ultimate treat without the hassle? Introducing Randy Trask No-Bake Cookies, the best gourmet no-bakes on the market today. perfect for parties, events, work vibes, or just pure cookie bliss. Indulge in our peanut butter no-bake cookies or the irresistible chocolate peanut butter fumblers. Local delivery is available in the Ashtabula, Ohio area. Or visit www.rtnobakecookies.com and order your cookies today from Randy Trask's No Bake Cookies.
It's not that I don't want to answer. It's that I don't know how to answer and not cause him a problem.
Okay, well then don't.
Well, I'm not going to. I'll just say that the record is out and it's getting better press than they expected.
Okay.
But
people can't find it.
Well, maybe that's part of it.
I know that is fact because while I was away, I went several places to go find it. Couldn't find it.
Did you get it yet?
No, I didn't.
Did you see our credit?
Yes, I saw the credit. Thanks to Mikey. Right. CMS Mikey was on top of it.
That's right. He found it somewhere. Maybe we should have him go buy us a copy.
I went to several stores this week to get it.
Right.
No dice.
I can't find it here either.
No dice.
I might just order it off Amazon or something. But that was very cool, even though, I don't know, do I thank Don or you for getting us the credit?
Give it to me, my friend. I had to spell it all out. I spelled your name. I spelled the Classic Metal Show. I spelled out my name. Right. I said, if this doesn't go in that cover, I'm going to be fucking really mad.
Yeah, really mad, man.
I'm going to be, no, not mad, man. He's in the chat room.
Oh, nice. No, I was happy that we lost our bet because he not only was the credit in there, but nothing was misspelled. So that was very cool.
Well, like I said, I spelled it all out.
Yeah, but still, that doesn't always mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything, I know, but I did what I could. How's that?
Oh, and it worked. So all good.
Don just needs a secretary. That's all it boils down to.
Bent over his desk.
Right. Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. They got a new CD out. They're going to take over the Classic Metal Show within the next 3 weeks.
Right.
And I do have some news. I guess Don was on Eddie Trunk last night, so we'll play that a little bit later.
Okay.
And I thought, let's see, what should we play? Empire is the first single, so we're going to go away from that. Broken Bones is cool. I think I'm going to go with Burning Tears. What do you think?
Like that tune.
I like that tune. All right, jump in the chat room, call the request line, send us an email, and we'll get the show rolling here. So it's brand new Dokken off the Broken Bones release, and this is Burning Tears.